Talk to me about some of the things that you've seen at the beginning of the season, throughout the season up until this point, that have really been good and inspiring to give you good feelings about the rest of the season.
Definitely a great work ethic. You know, no one really on the team is a long distance runner, so in cross country it's hard if you're not a long distance runner to really put your whole into it. But a lot of the people, even if they're 400 runners or lower, have definitely just been putting in the work and getting a good base for our indoor and outdoor season. And that's all we can really ask, you know.
You know, with this being your first year on the cross country team here at Alfred University, after taking a season with the indoor track and field team and the outdoor track and field team, you know, what are some of the things that you've seen from your teammates you had last year as long distance runners coming into this cross country season that have been really good, and you know, talk about who are some of those top players that you can think of.
Yeah, so definitely consistency would be the biggest thing. In outdoor, a lot of times our team would do their own thing. They'd skip morning runs. So coming into cross country, we've all gotten together in the morning and forced each other to stick together and get our runs done. And I mean, Kyle Gallo and Matt Roeder have stepped up this past weekend especially, and they've been really hitting their mileage. So I hope to see more improvements from them going forth for the season.
You know, first things first, let's talk about the season so far. You know, as a veteran athlete of the cross country and track programs here, you know, what are some of the things you've seen that have been really positive throughout the season, and you know, that are going to carry on throughout the remaining of the season?
Well, we have a lot of newcomers this year, which is really exciting because there's a lot of new and upcoming talent. We have a very, very hard-working group of ladies coming in. Very hard work at practice, very consistent at practice, good with communication and things like that. So there's been a lot of improvement through the last year. I mean, I'm the only returning veteran right now, so it's kind of exciting.
In terms of last weekend's meet, you know, you saw a huge field of competition. You know, talk about what were some of the things that were really good about seeing all those different types of runners, different types of styles for the teams with group running, separating and whatnot. You know, what did you see that, you know, was really a good learning experience for yourself and your other teammates?
Well, for me personally, this is my first year doing cross country, so I've never been in a race with over 500 people. So it was really good to see where on a D3 like collegiate level where we all stand and where I stand, so we can kind of put, after 2-3 races, we can put ourselves with the rest of the region. And I feel like we did fairly well with what we have.
You know, looking forward into the season, what are some of the really good things that you saw during last week's regional meet that you guys can use to carry forward into the season to, you know, finish strong and get ready for the indoor season?
So Geneseo's invite definitely had like at least 5 ranked teams in our region and some teams from other regions that were ranked. So it definitely is the type of race that prepares us for the postseason, where there's going to be a lot of front runners and you really got to get out fast in the race. So the biggest thing was to prepare for the actual regional meet, and I think it did its job. I mean, it was a really fast race. A lot of people PR'd. I think our whole top 3 PR'd. So just preparing us for the regional meet would be the biggest thing.
Final question, you know, this past weekend you had a big meet. You know, talk about what are some of the things that you saw during the race that were really positive, and you know, especially, you know, single some of the players out, you know, who had good runs, you know, big PRs, good finishes, you know, just name a couple.
Okay. Well, first thing that comes to mind is actually our top runner right now, which is Lindsay. Her and coach have a really good bond, and they know they go over times and she hits them and she's consistent, and so that's been a really good thing. We had a really good group of 3 this past race as well. Pushed through the first 2 miles together really hard, and finished the last quarter mile really hard together as well. So we've got some good groupings going on as well.